Episode 599 of the TV Dudes, Transaction, a Patreon showrunner selection from JPV.
That's right, god damn do we love a pun, and there's one right there in the show title this week, since this show is created by and starring Jordan Gray, a trans comedian from the UK.
Oh my god, that trans acting, I get it now, I get it. Because they're also in a retail workplace sitcom.
Wordplay!
Yeah. Well, before we get to discussing all that, I'm Les.
I'm Nick.
And we're the TV Dudes.
And you know a bunch of actionable transes. Not all the actions we took were trans this week. Is that reading? Does that work?
I mean...
No?
I think that's how words work. I mean,
Diaries!
You said them, they're words now. Yeah, I mean, it's probably how they work.
Did you say promly?
To the diaries!
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
Oh, boy.
So, Nick, I think I watched a few episodes of Supernatural and then, you know, kept up on desserts, but I didn't go a-watching.
I do like that CW has a show for you that you can rewatch, because I swear to God, if I ever catch you watching Flash again, I'm like gonna call somebody. I had to call Lisa or Fanny and just like, no. This is something has gone horribly wrong.
He's off his meds. I don't know what's happening.
Man, it's not even the good season. He's on the fucking turtle season. He's talking about the slow force.
You said he's rewatching Arrowverse, but what show? Is it Legends?
Is it Legends? Yeah. Legends is the only acceptable answer.
You know it's not, or I wouldn't be calling.
So I didn't talk about this last week. I let it sit for a while. Because it's going to be a point of like, I don't have to talk about it week to week. At least there's that like Invincible.
I know which show you're talking about. Yes.
But so the next season of Avatar: The Last Airbender came out, and so simultaneously, I think it is somewhat better than season 1, but also it's much worse than the animated version of like by season 2 is so good in the animated version. Mm-hmm. Like the comparison is much worse for it.
Right, because the animated version just got better and better and better.
And I don't, on one level, I don't want to take this away from anyone if they just, for whatever reason, cannot watch a cartoon. I would say just check yourself, like
Okay, so you've got a deathly animation allergy, and EpiPens in the States, because of our healthcare system, actually cost money. So you can't risk it.
And
you've
so,
got
like,
a live action Avatar for you.
And I would say like, okay, so but to me, the live action version is basically kind of like reading the wiki of a thing you don't want to watch. And there's a couple scenes where like, oh, okay, so they changed Toph all around a little bit so that she can read and she gets to go to the library and she gets to talk to Kyoshi. That's neat. That's a thing that they've added in that was cool. They've given some Iroh some PTSD. That's an interesting take. It kind of weirds out his Tales from Ba Sing Se thing at the end there, where he like kind of decides to be a good person now. When I'm like, oh, I thought you were a good person the whole time, but whatever. It seems like they have like they make a point of Azula giving Zuko a chance because she wants to prove to her mom she's not the monster that she thought she was. So there's a reason for Zuko's turn by the end. I'm like, for every one of those, you have to slog through 10 scenes that are just kind of a lower energy, worse version of the cartoon. And what's really bad about it is that their humor is slow and nonsensical. Like, so... You know, there's that episode where they go to find Toph and they're doing the Earth Rumble, and they find two characters and they ask them like, "Oh, hey, where's that rock thing you're going with?" And then they go like, "Oh, it's on the island of Nunya. None your business." And then like Katara kicks the shit out of them, and like, "Oh, a girl has her ways." And so the scene sort of happens like that again, only the two characters come to them when they're talking about, oh, you looking for earthbenders? There's actually an Earth Rumble thing going on tonight. And then when the group asks, like, oh, really, where is it? the island of none of your business. And I was like, guys, you came up to us. Why are you doing this?
Right.
And like it's little things like that like so you realize that makes this scene dumber, right? Like, and not in a huge way, but why? Like, why
No.
change that? Why can't they just ask those guys like they did before? Why this?
While you were watching it, it seemed like most of the, like when you'd point out a difference, it would almost immediately, it seemed like, lead to Iroh's PTSD is cool. Like I got to see that little bit of the moment of him walking up to the gate at Boston, and like I'm never going back in that city.
It really
again.
fucks. This is where his son died,
Right?
And I was like, oh, okay,
That's actually
okay,
kind of
okay.
cool. And I get how in a room you'd be like, all right, real people, real actors, real humans. Yeah, like this might fuck with a dude. But also then for the rest of that season, it prevents all these other character moments that then have to be compensated in other ways for better or worse. And like it happens to every character. Like it happened. The weird combinations they do, like Zuko can't quite do the blue mask the same way.
Well, he can't really. So he does the thing, the Zuko alone, but they don't do the ending of it. The ending where he defends them from a bunch of Earth Nation guys that are beating the shit out of that town and stealing shit from them. And then he defends them, but he has to use firebending to do it. And that they all spit on him and throw that back into his face because even though he is protecting them from evil Earthbenders, he's still a Fire Nation piece of shit. And you are the reason my brother's dead, or or whatever. And like, it's a big moment. Like that episode's a big deal of why Zuko is a very principled character that has to follow this code that in no way ever benefits him.
Right.
So you can see why he makes
No, he only takes L's because of his faith in this shit.
Yeah, and it's. So instead of this one, they make it to where it ends with the chase. Like, so he has to go fight Azula. And so he fights Azula in the middle of the street, and then those people see him fighting, and they're like, no, he's a Fire Nation. Like, and I'm like, so he had to reveal himself because he had to go fight his sister to choose to do the Avatar, which is an inherently more selfish choice.
Right.
And
it doesn't work the same. Like each of these doesn't equal, like the equations don't balance.
It's so that they can combine two stories together.
Right.
But when you combine the two stories together, their messages mix up, and you get the same plot element, but not the same character element. Like, and I'm like, okay, so I see why you think you're doing the same thing, but I can kind of prove to you you're not. And that is even without saying that, like, Toph. Of course, she's not as cool as she is in the cartoon. She was rad in the cartoon. There's nothing wrong with her. Team Toph did nothing wrong. And in this one, she has more of a daddy issue thing, or a parental mommy issue thing actually. And the mom actually betrays her, and it turns out they were selling weapons to the Fire Nation, and they just add a bunch of shit in so that she can have more angst with her parents. And it's just a lot less time for her to be rad and like teaching Aang earthbending and shit. And they've turned her down a little bit to where like I like Toph when she's James Dean trapped in a 12-year-old girl's body.
Right.
That is just like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm the fucking best earthbender I've ever been.
Just fucking too tough for school. Yeah.
And they don't do Appa's Lost Days because they can't. It's expensive.
Right. That shit would cost
But
a
also
fortune.
they do kidnap Appa by the end of it. And it's a big deal. Aang is a real jerk. And it doesn't read the same because it's like, oh no. Probably because they're already in Ba Sing Se. They don't need him for transportation.
But also my best friend you haven't seen me hang out with.
Yeah. This animal that you have not seen for episodes on length. Like,
right.
And like, oh, okay, I guess you're mad that to me it would be mad that your horse is gone, not a fucking friend of yours.
Right.
Also, they start with the Serpent's Pass, which I didn't realize at the time. Like, oh, they start with the Serpent's Pass so they can get to Ba Sing Se and not. They want to get to Ba Sing Se as fast as possible and then never move from there because they want one location to shoot at. Got it. Why are they taking the Serpent's Pass if Appa's not gone? So they're in the cartoon. The only reason they're walking that dumb pass is because they can't fly over.
Right.
So
Right.
they have Appa.
Yeah.
And they gave them a bunch of refugees to take with them. But even if you have refugees, you just take multiple trips. You don't walk through the pass just 'cause.
Like, that's going to get people. Yeah. And I feel like that's a no, it has to happen because plot.
It has to happen, but also it's dumb.
But now you've taken away why it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's unnecessarily weird and like just have it happen later.
I do not regret skipping season 2. I thought season 1 was great, and then I watched the whole animated series and
Right.
Korra, and now I don't want to watch the live action season 2.
I just don't know why it exists.
Yeah.
When I have a thing like Netflix did this a much better version of this with One Piece.
That's the other. So I would be more forgiving of this if One Piece hadn't shown me that, like, no, me thinking that there's just something inherent in making them live action that some of the cartoony fun drains out of it. No, not true.
No.
Not true. One Piece pulled it off. So
Yeah.
just do that. I don't know.
Well, also it's trying to condense down and they change things around and they do the same thing the Avatar thing does, except Avatar, they've actually made it longer now. Since they're an hour, this live action season is actually longer than the animated season. And they get less done.
Yeah, it's nuts.
What
else you watch?
I will watch the third season of that just cause to try and say it. Oh, below that, the trailer for the new movie came out recently. Fucking awesome. And then I watched, speaking of like, man, it's just been hits after hits, it's fucking X-Men 97. I watched the new season
I have
of
not
that.
caught up on any of the new season of that.
So shockingly enough, like we're only 4 episodes in, so it has plenty of time to shit the bed on this. But when they come back, I was like, oh great, the X-Men are now in 3 distinct timelines, and we've added time travel. Because what I hated the most about season 1 was how easy it was to track, and how I only had one time. It was X-Men 97. They were just in the 90s. But that being said, the 3 storylines they got going on are actually kind of cool. Like, some of the X-Men are off with Nathan in the future to try and raise him up to be Cable. And that has Wolverine with his bone claws now that like snap off of like as he tries to attack people. So he has to regrow them constantly during combat. That's pretty cool. But the creme de la creme for me was the second episode, which was X Factor versus X Force. And that was cool because you get some real fan favorites. You get Archangel, you get Psylocke, you get fucking Multiple Man, Madrox.
Awesome. I will watch it just to see another iteration. I love Madrox.
Yeah, I don't think he says a goddamn word.
Probably not, man. He's been in the movies. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's so little.
I mean, I think Strong Guy says one thing, but also Strong.
You said
but Strong Guy is there. It's pretty cool.
Man.
Like,
Guido. It's awesome.
But yeah, and Jubilee is actually made to be kind of a badass in this. Okay, I have a dumb power. It's kind of like making fireworks, but guess what? My power is still making small explosions. And so she gets trained up by Cable. They changed the opening to be X-Force and X-Factor rather than the Brotherhood and X-Men, which is really cool. I actually I actually wish they changed the opening more. Like, that's a really cool...
Yeah, that's really cool.
And so that they've trained Jubilee to be kind of a Black Ops with her boyfriend Sunspot. And so she gets to like take down a helicarrier with mutants in it to free all these mutants. Because X-Factor is rounding up mutants for their own protection. And it's like, you want to go like Havoc and Madrox and Strong Guy, what are you doing? Like, oh, we're rounding up mutants because there's so many threats against them. We're rounding them up to put them in camps for their own not camps. Facilities for their own protection. We're concentrating them there.
I'm not explaining it right.
No,
Wait.
No. And I'm like, cool. If it's for their own protection, why do they have power nullifying collars? So this isn't voluntary.
Well, they can hurt each other. Yeah, but this is involved. Yeah, no, we find it's better if we just isolate their hands and feet.
And man, you just want to like, man, you're glad Magneto's stuck in the past because he'd be like,
oh man,
sounds pretty similar to something I went through.
Mm-hmm.
But also Magneto has a great redemption arc that like, without changing his character, like he is actually trying to change Apocalypse for the better because he thinks that's why they're in the past. And like, imagine there was someone like you, Charles, but 1,000 years ago. Like the first mutant was you championing mutant rights and not a despot psycho.
Right.
And Magneto is full on the Charles Xavier train, which seems like kind of a flip from how the last season ended, but there's been a time skip.
Right, okay.
Like, and also he led the team for a minute.
Sure.
We'll pretend he did. Sure. But also I like that he is a good guy, but the rest of the team can't really feel the difference. Okay, because Bishop is just like, I don't care what the fuck you're doing here with baby Apocalypse. Like, what? No. I came here to get you to the future. We're coming to the future. And then everyone's like, Beast is like, well, maybe we should vote on it. And then Magneto's like, yeah, this conversation's dumb. And then just pops the time wristbands. What? Magneto, what did you do? Like, I voted. And I was like, so even as a good guy, why is it that you are still such a dick?
No, even white armor Magneto's a dick.
And then, like, when he fully fucks up and realizes that Apocalypse is about to rip them a new asshole, he's like, we have to stay now. And then he basically just shoves the X-Men into a time portal like, hey, Bishop, you don't need to play the villain. Why bother when I'm here? And he just shoves them into the future along with Xavier like, I'm sorry, my friend, but I'm gonna... You don't have to stay here and die because my thing didn't work. I'm gonna take care of this. And he gets he fucking protects this city from the giant ship. He uses a huge power thing. It's really cool. He has a big fight with Apocalypse. Him and Xavier almost say they love each other. And it's still a little no homo to me that like they are like, you know, Magneto and Charles beat to shit and like reaching towards each other. Charles, Eric.
It's a mutant rivalry.
Yeah. And to me, it's like we can redeem Magneto because this Magneto is not sticking around because he's going to nobly sacrifice himself so that we can run back to the future and get Dick Magneto again so we can run around and by the time this season is over, there will be no sea change whatsoever and it's going to piss me off. But until then...
Time travel!
But until then, it's actually pretty cool.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Also, the animation is really good.
Very cool. I'll have to check it out for sure.
And other than that, I think, man, I keep thinking From should still be on because that
didn't feel. I feel like we missed another episode.
The more I sit with it, the more that last episode is pissing me off.
It doesn't feel like a season.
It doesn't feel like the season ender.
No, when the credits rolled, I was like,
when I keep thinking it's gonna be on, I'm like, no.
And that's why it doesn't feel like closure. I know there's another season, but you could still cap it off a little.
Man, even Rookie doesn't make me feel this confused. Right. When Rookie ends, I know it's done for a minute. At
least, like, granted, sometimes we're surprised that week, but it hits credits and we go, was that a finale? Man, that felt like a finale.
That felt like a finale. It sneaks up on us.
Felt like a really good first, you're halfway through a Rookie episode, you're like, this is actually really good. This is one of their best. Is this a finale?
Ah, damn it.
God damn it.
Oh, shit, where's Thornton? Where's Thorson?
Where's Thorson? He's gonna get hurt.
Did you watch anything before we hit up desserts?
Oh, no, not particularly. Let's head straight into desserts.
Desserts!
So let's start with...
What do you want to start with?
Let's start with my Avengers. Well, we've only got the 2 now, right?
Well, because we can't keep it...
Sync up on the Capes
can't sync up on Cape Fear. I mean,
yeah.
I thought the last episode was great with its microdose equals macrodosing.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
That was, honestly, this fucking awesome. The Sun is a complete psycho.
Fucking freak.
Oh my God.
I feel bad for the daughter all over.
Every single time, dude. And Max is playing her so hard. Also, continue to hate Nevaeh. Whatever. She's the... worst person in the world. Well, almost the worst. We'll get to the worst person in the world in a minute on another dessert. But yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of Cape Fear. I like his weird fucking Santeria, whatever it is.
That was actually pretty good.
Jail religion that he gets.
That was a good flashback. Like,
thought that was cool. The cleanup of that fight that we got to see in a previous episode. And so as they're going around the bodies of like there's still that dude pinned to the there he is.
Yep.
But then,
looks like he got it pretty close to
Man, that camera panning up on that dude just sitting there quiet, like, oh. Like, and honestly, when they reveal later that, like, no, you fucking snitched on, like, you got me killed in that room. And before that, honestly, I just thought, like, what do you do in prison if that happens?
Well, I also like that those guards think he is DEAD dead.
Yes.
Like, that guy's brains have spilled out. Okay, he
is done.
They are talking about, like, they must have been, like, when he showed up back on the block, everyone must have been like, what?
No.
How?
No. I feel like he was a charismatic psycho before.
Yeah.
But man, there's some people that are going to be like, I don't know, man. I think he's fucking touched. Like, he can, roast from the fucking
how'd you
dead.
get out of that one? Oh, no, I didn't. I died.
Well, then how are you here? Am I?
Am I, though?
Yeah. No, but I'm digging Cape Fear. I'm looking forward to it each week. I have also...
it's always good to have Apple have like something that isn't Ted Lasso or fucking Severance.
So the first dessert that I was going to talk about this week is our favorite cartoon going.
Yes.
My Adventures with Superman.
So...
the season's too short, and it's already going to break my heart. We're like halfway through.
But yet we're barely in it, and we're already rocketing through plot. We're already...
Henshaw goes fucking off this episode. I mean, he went off at the end of last episode.
But yeah, last episode it teased Superboy,
right?
And here's the promise.
And there's a lot of ways to do Superboy. So we didn't know, is it going to be Jonathan Kent? Is it going to be Connor Kent?
He's got the jacket,
right?
So I think of the jacket and Death of Superman, and I'm like, oh, that's Connor,
right?
Jonathan didn't come until like way later in the comics, right?
I didn't grow up with him. I don't think,
because Jonathan and Damian are friends, right?
Yes,
like they hang.
I think yes.
And so when I see Superboy, when you say Superboy to me, I think Connor Kent. The depending on the continuity, but most of the time he's a clone of Superman.
Yes.
Most of the time he's a half clone of Superman, half Lex.
Yeah.
But something, like, I don't know why it didn't trigger last episode. I was like, oh yeah, but then when we flipped this on, I guess it was just the story conceit of, well, one, Lois is like, gotta get me out of here, Clark. She is asleep. Like, just Kara is just asleep in the fucking air, which rules.
Oh, I love it. And I want to pet the dog. Pet the doggy.
Man, you gotta get me out of here, Clark. If she wakes up, it's going to be Lois Lane. Lois Lane, look at all the people. Look at this fish that someone. Lois Lane, look at this other fish someone is like. That's a lot of fish, Kara. But they're trying to avoid Jimmy and Kara, and they're gonna go talk about their future and somehow
Clark's gonna take her to her favorite restaurant, Pound Cake Palace.
Pound Cake Palace.
And they're gonna
go to Pound Cake Palace.
They're gonna do no super business.
No.
So they have to ignore Jimmy multiple times on the way there.
And I don't know what was said specifically, but like they were going to talk about their future, and I went, oh, wait a minute. What's the weirdest thing you could do if you're going to talk about your future and not being ready for it?
Right.
What's the most awkward thing? And Connor showing up in the future isn't. And I was like, oh, is it gonna be their kid?
Like Jonathan from the future?
Yeah, and he shows up and goes, hi, Mom, hi, Dad. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Guess who's slamming to dinner? It's the name of the episode.
Which, at once, I'm like, oh, that's actually an interesting take, but also in a way that I hate Damian. I really don't want Jonathan to just replace Connor. I really like Connor.
Right.
And the way Damian replaces Terry McGinnis, I hate that.
Right. I don't know. I feel like Connor's very established. I'm hoping that's not. I mean, maybe in this show, but either way, yeah. Jonathan shows up at the dinner, and oh God, here's your quarter pound cakes.
Right.
They set this fucking basket of pound cakes down on the table, and Lois is gonna pick a whole loaf of bread up. I love it. Also, on the way there, Jimmy is still dating
Jimmy Flameberg,
genetic scientists
from Worms. What the fuck?
And
he got turned into a wolf last time.
One time, I'm not generalizing. And then why are you calling me? And yeah, so he's covered in porcupine quills.
Is there a porcupine supervillain that I don't know? Like they never explain it.
No, and I want to Google it because he says she's from Star City and has 2 sisters.
Oh,
and so I'm thinking that it's got. I bet it's got to be a D-list villain.
Sure.
Like 3 siblings or something.
Right. The only siblings I know are Captain Cold and like Golden Glider from.
So I don't know. I may have to Google around because I was forgot.
Anyway, they got to go to Star Labs and they got to take John with them. Lois is freaking out because she's like, "What? You're just gonna take his word for it?" And I'm like, "Well, he's wearing an S and he flies and like."
Oh my god! And during that, I love that during that conversation, he lands behind Lois while she's got her hand up, and he just puts half a pound cake in her hand, and she just starts eating it exactly like him. And
like a great animation.
Like, Lois and Clark and Kara both just like, nope, I believe him. I believe him too. I believe him.
Also, Kara being like, "Yes, your seat is spread." Fuck.
There are more Kryptonians. So the actual through the whole episode, I think you're right that the canon has to be that Lois keeps asking Jonathan, why are you here? No, like, you can't be here just to bother us on a weird date. Why are you here? And, like, why are you from the future here? And we know he got sent back from a fucking apocalypse in the credits last of it, you know. But she asks, and it is agonizing. It is infuriating. One of the few story things they've ever done that's really, like, oh my God, get to it. That Lois doesn't pin him down and ask. Like, no, like I looked at you watching it a second time and was like, if only something in her job prepared her to ask and get questions answered, Nick. If only.
Oh, man.
But I think you're right. I think she was already low-key freaked out about the Clark's future thing.
Yeah.
And then the arrival of her child, I think, just fucking plots her, just completely shorted her brain
Barry's
out.
calling me, I know.
And
they go to the mall again.
Oh my God, the Superboy song.
Super boy.
It's so fucking good. That's the only word in it, Superboy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's when he gets his leather jacket. The reason he's here, obviously.
Yeah.
Cyborg motherfucking Superman.
Well, and he is shown up and he's having a nice day with his parents. He wants to go on a solo or not like a father-son mission with his dad. He wants to help Lois with her paper.
So like when they were sitting on top of the building and everything, do some cute gags and whatnot, and they see like an explosion off in the city, I thought, damn, we're getting to it.
Yeah.
Getting to it. And then that was a fake out with maybe my favorite thing I've seen in a cartoon in a long time. Subtyrannosauri. This is up there with discovering Captain Simian.
Yes. Captain Simian.
Dude, Subtyrannosauri are dinosaurs from under the earth, duh. And they are friends of mankind in the future.
Sure.
Obviously. Their king, Taranka.
Man, they've been friends as long as I've been alive.
Huh. So
bad time.
Jonathan's
traveler.
just confused as shit of like, no, why are they being so mean and trying to drop buildings into the ground? Like, they're friends. Like, we're friends.
And at first I was like, oh, you don't have a common enemy yet.
Right,
because,
right.
Like, Cyber Superman hasn't attacked. But later it's like, oh, wait, I brokered peace? I'm like, what? Man, you better hope that's not how time travel works, because then you can't save it, everybody.
Right.
Because
then you have to be here and you've already done everything.
Yeah.
And it didn't work, or you wouldn't be here. Yeah.
God.
No, you better hope that's not how it works. Fucking time travel, man.
Uh-huh.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Again, like, it's rare to be like, well, it's my favorite cartoon ever, and, like, it doesn't really matter, but, like, God, I hate time travel so much. Like, in a way that you find inherently interesting, I find it diametrically uninteresting. Like, people only have 3 time travel stories, and really they only have 2.
No,
like,
and neither of them really works.
No,
Like, both of them are like the ultimate story of time travel. Every single time is don't do it.
Right. Seems to be the moral of the story.
It's a bad way to process. Just fucking move on.
And yeah, I like that he saves a girl on roller shoes. Like, Clark teaches him how to save somebody. Like, he might have fought in the future, but like Clark teaches him how to save somebody. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, that There's parts of this show that really get me in a chest feely, like, oh wow, I just watched Superman impart that part of being Superman and a hero to his kid,
Right.
and it's really cool. And obviously, Jonathan thinks he has time. He's not acting like somebody who's the apocalypse is starting in 30 minutes.
So the apocalypse can't, and Superman can't die like this weekend, or he wouldn't be born.
Right.
So like there had to have been. So did it land sloppy?
I think he thinks he has years to figure this out.
Yeah, or at least a month.
Yeah.
No, but he's got to be. I mean, I guess maybe if Dad was already dead, but Mom was born. So Mom died a few years into childhood.
To me, this might make sense if I had a theory that what if he is not their kid? He is a clone. Lex just gave him false memories. Like he's never met his parents. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because they died.
What if they died 100 years before, or I don't know, 10 or 20 years before, and he just has memories of them because Lex gave him memories.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I would actually.
And that's why the timeline doesn't sync up. Like, wait, how can it be happening now? I'm not born yet. Like, yeah, because you were never born, motherfucker. You were made in a lab.
Honestly, I would double love that because that would mean that him thinking he has more time would spring from the fake memories. And you wouldn't think like, hey, so you should have come clean with him?
Uh-huh.
Because then he wouldn't think because you'd land back there and be like, well, obviously I have a couple of years because these two aren't having me this year. And I'm born when this happened. So I've got to have time. Mm-hmm. But if, and like that would stem from you thinking you're really their kid. Whereas if Lex had been like, hey, so you're about to go back in time. One last thing.
Yeah.
You're a fucking clone.
Yeah.
You're going to land on the day the apocalypse starts.
Yeah.
What?
Feels like you should have behooved him to mention that sort of thing.
That's at least going to be my headcanon until next episode when they prove me wrong.
So let me ask you something. And let
me ask you something.
Let me ask you something, man.
You're going to ask me.
There's two, and this is two questions actually. What do you think is going to happen? What do you want to happen? Because they're going to face down with Cyborg Superman in the next episode, and I figure it has two possibilities. One, we get the death of Superman, and he basically takes an L to Cyborg Superman, and the rest of the season is trying to get Clark back from whatever pseudo death that he's doing, while Superboy and Kara keep a lid down in Cyborg Superman Metropolis and help out we now have dual A and B storylines with Lois and Jimmy are going through the multiverse to find Clark, and Kara and Superboy are fighting a guerrilla war with Cyborg Superman. Or, bold move, they do the death of Superman, but he sacrifices himself, or seemingly, to take out Cyborg Superman. And that plot line is done. And then the next couple episodes, we actually ditch Cyborg Superman and go to the next villain, because in that opener we see Lobo and alt versions of Kara and Jimmy and them, and God damn it, that has to be Zod.
Yeah.
And it would be weird to pull Zod out of your ass at the nth hour, but it would be neat to start to set him up now.
And we got Mxyzptlk, that's a single episode somewhere. So my bet is that we wrap up Cyborg Superman next episode cold.
You think? That would be a bold move.
And I'm with you that we do it in a way that kills Clark for an episode.
Yeah.
And the episode after that, there's not a Clark. And if he gets hit hard enough that he ends up, maybe that's the Mxyzptlk episode, and they fix that with that or something like that. But
we always do a time jump.
But there's also in that opening we see all those alternate universe. So anyway, I think that we have to go looking for Clark. I think you're right, but I think Clark's going to hit him real hard. But the ensuing explosion, and honestly, I love doing the stuff. Like, it would be super cool to do the stuff that's cool around the death of Superman, because that's where I really came to know Steel.
Sure. All that's cool. It's just Doomsday that's stupid.
I hate Doomsday. That fucking he was a dumb design. He was the 90s personified as a design, and I hated it. And so I don't want just big craggy rock monster with things out his fucking spikes out of him. It looks dumb. And replacing him with Cyborg Superman, just being like bitter as fuck, and also being like Lex's first, that like it makes like Doomsday is Lex's thing against him anyway. So like this is a perfect like, oh hey, my first thing to go. Every time something that Lex builds goes super wrong, I could see it always being the move of like, you seem like you're psycho. Now that guy did it.
Well,
and point at Superman every time.
If you have the death of Clark, then you can have Supergirl and Superboy team up for episodes, and it seems like they aren't gelling right now. Like there's a tension there.
So like, what's there? What's happening
there? So
there?
that gives an excuse to put those two characters in. It also gives Kara an excuse with her backstory that was set up in the first episode that we haven't really touched, which is finding her spot here on Earth. And she thinks, oh, well, Clark's got this more, and I can afford to figure myself out. And then next episode, like, oh, all that has to go on the back burner now. I have to be the savior in Metropolis.
Right.
Watching Lois probably get okay with the mind around, like, yeah, we're probably going to have a kid, and now we got to name him Jonathan.
Right.
Only for that to be a reveal later that it's not their kid, and that Lois choosing to have a kid now would feel more like, well, that's destined to have a kid.
Right.
If she chooses it after it's revealed he's a clone, then they're choosing to have a kid.
I also like the idea that part of what brings Lois around on it would be, what do you mean you took away my having a kid?
Yeah.
Like that. No, I got my head around that.
Yeah.
And now I miss it. Like I could see Lois being able to sit alone and go, no, I sat with it for a while and now it's gone and I miss it. Huh.
Either way, Superboy is not around to stay.
No, not at all.
He's either going to get sucked back to his timeline or get wiped out of existence.
We are about to fucking plow through some plot line. We've got like 5 episodes left, I think.
God, it's so exciting. It's so cool. I love it. And then we're getting My Adventures with fucking Lantern.
Oh, I want Lantern. I don't know when it's coming out, but I want it now.
It's gonna kick the shit out of that live action Lantern show.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Do you want to talk about Vampire Lestat?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have we have really wide spectrums of desserts.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. Savory and sweet. A little bit of pepper in some of these. Yeah, the dessert tray here is fucked up.
As someone who's never read the Interview with the Vampire
any of the vampire books,
I do feel like I was asking you really dumb questions during it, because I was like,
there are no dumb questions. There's only dumb answers.
So when Lestat is basically the guardian of the queen now. And I was like, hey, she just talked to him, like she's supposed to. No, she's not supposed to be able to do that. Like, yeah, I figured that. And then she starts to tap her fucking hand, and then she like leans up, and I was like,
the other dude's just on like a vacation of like, look, man, you got to give me a break.
Because Lestat seems to be just wanting to wake her up, and I went to you like, hey, Les, is she supposed to move? Nope. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Felt like that
does seem wrong.
It felt like that wasn't supposed to be right.
Pretty sure other dude is dead, but who can tell with fucking vampires? But the back of his head is crushed. He's missing some limbs.
Lestat is recording his album.
Yes. And is just
not the failures that we're listening to.
His album. The band's album.
Yeah.
The Vampire Lestat, the band. And of course he's being just impossibly fucking bitchy about all of the like metaphorical things he wants from his drummer and everything.
Well, do you want it faster or up tempo?
The drums can't sound like drums. They have to sound like the gravedigger coming, the death coming for you.
Ugh.
And then she's like, cool, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Can you just please like louder or faster? What?
Like the note is again. Like
yeah.
And so he's being a real fucking piece of work in the recording booth.
But they've also
they
pretended he's dead.
Which I was like, man, you're talking about getting a record to go fucking global.
Oh my god.
Is that you think you have the last vocals recorded of an artist before they like got killed? And yeah, so he's seeing his muses again, his old boyfriend, and even Louis is one of the muses now.
Claudia shows up as a muse this episode.
Sophia / Gabriella, his mom, is I realized that like, oh, realizing that the guy dug him out of a grave, I'm like, oh, Lestat went in, because I know that Lestat sometimes just sleeps throughout history. That's the thing he does. I didn't realize until they said it that, oh, he actually, that night mommy left him, he went and just sat in a grave because he wanted to die. Like, right. One of those like in the Anne Rice or the interview with the Vampire Universe for vampires seem cool, but they actually are the biggest babies in the world.
No, man, they are that lone saddest goth boy that you're crushing on, like standing across the, you know.
If you want to stop humans from asking to becoming vampires, show them this show. Nope. It feels like becoming a bitch is, maybe unless you're Daniel, even though Daniel seems to be getting chumped this fucking
Daniel's
episode.
got the worst maker. Yeah, we'll get to that. So, Gabriel Sophia has thinned his entourage down to bare minimum. Basically,
Sure.
They've got a fellow vampire who was at the theater, engineer who she knows Lestat fucking hates.
Yeah,
just hates this dude. So obviously Lestat's in a great mood through all of this recording process, and Louis, meanwhile, is paying this waitress insane sums of money to do the creepiest Claudia cosplay.
And it gets to a point where she can't do what he wants because she's not
like, you could
her.
just stop the accent.
Stop the accent.
It's a hard accent.
To me, this was never okay, but the crossed line, like, what the fuck are we doing, was the actress that
played her
girlfriend that plays it on the stage, because there's a stage play about it.
Yes.
And so they got an actor from that played her.
When they stop in the middle of the conversation, like, she actually played Satine on the touring company.
Also good on the actresses for doing a kiss that is very so much for the male gaze and performative that it comes off as porny. And Louis is grossed out about it. I'm like, yes, because they're doing this for you, and you find that gross because you know this is wrong.
It is gross.
So you know this is gross, Louis. Like, not to say that being gay isn't gross or two women are gross.
No. Like, paying a this person that looks like your dead person you missed, it's just weird. It's not grieving. Please do something better and move on. Man, when Louis texts Lestat.
So this is, man, talking about, like,
in his phone is Thomas Pitt.
I don't want to defend Jermaine Clements for fucking his wife. I don't want to defend Lestat because he is an abusive partner in his and Louis' toxic relationship.
Right.
But also, it does shock me that in this episode, and probably in this series, I see Lestat actually do something for someone else's benefit.
Right.
That he does not want to do and inconveniences him.
It actually hurts him. Like, he has to put his sunglasses back on when he lies to Louis because he's just nearly going to cry because she does look so much like Claudia that it fucks Lestat up.
And he brings it up to Louis like, I got shot 2 weeks ago.
And you didn't call or anything.
And Louis goes like, I'm a piece of shit. What do you want me to... Like, no, but Lestat is also a piece of shit. Yeah. And he showed up.
Right.
Like, being a piece of shit
doesn't preclude... Right.
It makes... Again, it's like the bar is so low for a quality human being. But Lestat, like, okay, he actually loves Louis in a way that sometimes he wish he doesn't. Like, that's a love of, like, I'm in the most important thing in my life, recording this album right now, but I will and I can and will drop everything to go help out Louis on a thing that is entirely his fault, that I shouldn't have to do, that triggers me. And because I keep having to remember that Claudia we've seen through the gaze of Louis. And Louis painted a picture of Lestat as a monster in that he actually, like, again, Lestat's not a great guy, but in that instance, he was not the monster we thought he was. He didn't hate Claudia. he felt sorry for Claudia because Claudia got turned against her will, just like he did.
And he told Louis the entire time that you're gonna this is a mistake, and you're gonna end up pitying her, and we're gonna have to destroy her.
And he hated Louis for making him do that.
Yep.
And that fight they have where they are plotting to kill Lestat, and that fight where he does not want to, but somewhere during the fight where Louis chooses her over him and he beats Louis' ass, and I was like, again, I don't want to defend an abusive thing, but it colors that fight now.
Right. And the same here. He goes into that restaurant and sees fake Claudia, and she is grifting. She's like, look, there's no one else in my life coming in and offering me fucked up sums of money. I mean, I'm taking the fucking grift that comes up.
It's like it's like
she is drug. Like, you're trying to tell drugs to stop.
Louis is addicted to heroin. Only heroin is his fucking made up magical daughter relationship.
Like, just leave him alone.
It's like well, you can't yell at heroin for what is it supposed to do? It's just
heroin's like, hey.
And
but 100 years ago, Lestat would have just torn her throat out right there and taken care of it as a favor to Louis.
How did you put it? He doesn't do the toxic vampire thing that would help.
No.
Which would be to kill her.
No, he does like the friend lie of coming out and going, yeah, you're right, man. She doesn't look anything like her. I don't know what you were thinking.
It's the eyes, right?
Yeah, no, they look dead. They look wrong, right? Yeah, she doesn't look anything like her. I don't see what you're seeing.
He sells Louis the lie he needs to hear.
But man, he has to. We see him. Sam Reed's fantastic. We see him have to put those sunglasses on and because it was unnerving for him. She looked so much like her.
Yeah.
Same as for Louis.
His biggest regret and his big mistake, and he has to go because Louis needs to know if she's real, which is, of course, she's not.
No, but that was the saddest.
Because Louis needs closure on this, I have to go confront one of my biggest mistakes I've ever made.
Right.
Awesome. And then he comes back out and he's like, don't see that person anymore. Also, next time I get shot, fucking call me. He gives Louis good advice, and he communicates the thing he wants for the relationship to progress.
That growth then unlocks a thing. He's having trouble with the song right when he leaves. Mm-hmm. He doesn't come back and finish that song, but he's Lestat. Singing real music and putting out real music requires some amount of vulnerability that Lestat doesn't really put forward.
No.
Until he comes back from that, and then he sits down at the piano and knocks out a song about Claudia.
And he knew,
and it unlocks something in him.
He knew he needed vulnerability too,
right.
because one of the things he tried was to go out into the sun while singing, to where he was getting hurt. And I was like, "Yeah, Lestat, but that's not how you need to hurt in order to get this done."
Right, that's pain, but you know you're going to be saved from it. This is regret you can't run from.
In the words of Johnny Cash, you need to actually hurt.
Right. And so, he comes back and does that song. But of course, then the band is like, hey, cool. That doesn't sound like the whole rest of the album or us.
And Lestat goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, that's a fucking problem, ain't it?
And good on guitar player for the other guys are good enough to go with it, but I'm not. Peace.
I'm having trouble every single fucking time.
And I was like, good for you, man. I did not think anyone was going to make it out of here without getting fucking killed.
Right.
Or turned into a vamp.
And so, of course, the rest of them step up like little fucking minions and are ready to be vampires.
And,
So, in the background of this whole episode, before we get to what happens next, before this, we've had the flashbacks of what is Lestat's bloodline.
Oh, yeah, we get Marius again.
And so
we get to see Akasha.
Yeah, so Akasha. And so we were talking about her tapping her finger and all of that. She wakes fully up.
Yeah.
And I love the immediate shift from why was I assuming you would stay stoned? I see you moving, and of course you're just going to be super quick when you want to be.
Yeah.
And she tears his fucking throat out and drinks from him.
Well, I mean, if she didn't, it'd be kind of off-brand for vampire stuff.
And then Marius comes back, and Lestat's just writhing and floating in the ceiling. He's been up there for 3 days.
And she's just rambling fucking nonsense.
Crazy talk. In a louder and louder and louder voice that is probably making all vampires worldwide take a knee.
So
Like in my head canon,
well, Marius knew to come back, right?
Right.
So like, oh, so he fucking sensed something was
yeah,
wrong.
so he felt she woke up. It's going to take me 10 years to get her to lay back down on the slab. So I think I'm right that my headcanon is that she is so powerful and so power mad, or just not, that you just can't have her walk around. And all vampires are so connected to her that a bad mood would kill Tenia at least.
Right. You can't kill her, but also she can't be up and moving.
So you just got to tend her.
Give her ash, not blood. So Lestat says a thing too here that he has drunken from Akasha and that power has maddened him, and so anyone he passes that blood to is also suffers from this curse.
Right. You can't, there's no controlling your compulsions or anything.
So am I reading that right in that, and I don't know, Lestat obviously is trying to portray, I'm not sure if the show is trying to portray this, but like, Lestat is trying to say, the reason me and Louis are so emotionally unstable is because of this queen blood.
So one thing that we do know the show has been doing is having fun with who's telling you story.
Yeah.
And there's some things that you see happen as the audience. Like we see him have Lestat have a vulnerable moment about Claudia and go back and record that song. We see that happen in real time. The Akasha stuff, we are seeing Lestat tell that story to the band.
Uh-huh.
And or on the Failures album or whatever. And so that's Lestat controlling the narrative. And I noticed immediately in that flashback, Lestat is the sweetest, most excited, this ice cream scoop and the joy of humanity and the music and everything's so lovely and fun. And like, oh my God, why don't you just make clothes out of the curtains and skip through the fucking fields, the sound of music? Like, Edelweiss, bitch. Like, why are you like this? What the fuck? And then I realized, like,
bitch.
Oh, it's Lestat telling the story, and oh, sweet Lestat, even vampire sweet Lestat, where is God in vampirism? I am in love with the world. And it was Akasha's blood that made him compulsive and violent and angry, Nick.
It was the same, like, when Louis said that, like...
And you don't want it.
Well, I didn't kill Lestat because, you understand, the relationship between Maker and Fledgling is so complicated and strong, and like, so you're just the... Yeah, because no one else on Earth has had a hard time giving up an ex. Sure,
right,
whatever.
Right. Also, like, there's never been patricide or matricide. Never.
Yeah, you're super special, Louis. The world is like, no one's ever gone through this. To me, every vampire seems to be like, as much as they disregard humans, I'm like, man, you are exactly like us.
Yeah. No, it's just longer timelines.
Sophia/Gabriella gives shit to the drummer because, like, she can't hear the song. Because,
it's for vampire ears.
Because the worst thing that happened to her was she was left at the altar. And I was like, yeah, and the worst thing that happened to you was that you weren't.
Right.
And, like, don't pretend that doesn't inform everything you've ever done.
But God, the drummer just sitting, like, it's gotta suck to be in a room where you're facing a mean girl who's psychic.
Yeah.
Because, like, Gabrielle pulled that from her mind.
Sure.
Like, she was definitely left at the altar, and that memory's in there somewhere.
Yeah, Regina George does not need the uptick of fucking actual mind reading.
No. And so, of course... Need something to drink?
I'm just gonna take it real quick.
So, she... when she brings up that, like, oh, it's for vampire ears, only the notes, the music that we're trying to play... The reason that it's we're gonna re-record the album, but better, but for vampires. And I'm sorry, but you just can't play it.
Oh, but you sweet summer child.
And so they're all like, fucking vamp us up, bitch.
Yeah.
And so that drummer not the drummer, the bassist commits, dude. He opens up his fucking arm.
He cuts real fast.
Like, you're either gonna save me or gonna find a bassist.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they're all gonna be Fang Gang next episode.
Yeah. Right after Lestat says, no, I couldn't possibly do that to you.
Make more, make more, make more.
What's that about? I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't remember. Just thought it sounded cool.
So, last and final thing about that episode. Armand's the worst. Armand's the worst.
How when Louis is fucking hiring...
I know I just said Nevaeh about Cape Fear is the worst in the world, but Armand's actually the worst. The worst person.
So, he did he is trying to convince Daniel that he's in love with
Yes.
him.
It was never about Louis. It was always about you. Louis had me look into you, and I had to, and then I stalked you for 50 years.
Dude, fuck you.
And sat on his bed and kept him from ODing and pulled him out of and kept him from dying.
What sort of gaslighting, fucking rewriting of history are we even talking about here?
I've always loved you.
Ugh. And like,
we were, you and I were sitting there going, "Oh my God!" So this is his move. So anytime he's dating somebody, he's also stalking some other human that he will eventually turn
man.
like. And
don't let go of the last branch until you have the next one firmly in your grasp.
Exactly. It's Armand is the saddest, like the saddest fuck.
He is this universe's version of the Deep.
Yes.
You are somehow sad, but also I hate you so fucking much.
And that fucking guitar player Larry that we thought made it out of that band.
Nope. That made me mad. Like,
I thought he was going to turn him and send him back as a mole or something.
Like,
but no.
He just kills him for like, what? Why?
Yeah, just
he's already not making music with Lestat.
And I want to know if Armand knows he quit the band or not.
Right.
He should be able to read it from his mind. I would think he knows, but I was like, did you kill him because you think it fucks up Lestat's band or album? Because it won't. Honestly, it will just make it sell more. That's 2 dead out of that band.
Yeah, and he just keeps mentioning all this crazy stalker stuff to Daniel.
Oh my God, over and over and over. This date on April blah blah blah, and I rolled you over when you were going to die in your own sick, and then this date when you were under the overpass, and like, oof.
Armand loves the sound of his own fucking voice.
Man. And to turn those giant weird eyes like that guy wears crazy contacts better than almost any actor I've ever seen. It looks like his eyes have been Alita battle angeled.
I'm just wondering what is Armand's end game here? What are we trying to do? Like, is he trying to stop the Great Conversion? Does he care about that?
No, I think he just wants to grow and become a better person.
Does he want to get back? Does he want to get back at Louis by getting back at Lestat? Does he want to get back with Lestat to get back at Louis? I don't know what.
And I have to wonder if he fucking knows.
Yeah, does he know at this point? Like, is his delusional power so good that he actually has convinced himself of this?
For real. Like, I don't think at this point you can pin him down on his own bullshit. Yeah. I am loving this show. I know we don't have very many episodes to go on it, but I'm digging the fuck out of it so far. And they introduced this episode. I'm already Arun, Emil,
yeah,
Amel, and Akasha like.
Yeah, the vampire spirit behind the fucking body thing.
Says like Lestat's talking at one point in the narration and says, like the narration that he's giving is addressed to Amel, he says Amel, so he's talking to Amel.
Well, also when the queen wakes up, when Akasha wakes up,
like, why is it Amel? Why is it that? Yeah,
it's she's talking in third person, so I'm like, oh shit, is that Amel talking through her right now about herself?
I only caught a little bit of what she was spewing out.
She's rambling,
but she's talking about like a bunch of crazy shit and a little girl and Amel, and it was always and like, I know I just watched that Lee Cronin The Mummy, but I have to wonder and then she screams and I'm the little girl, and like when she was a child, was she shoved into a place with like whatever the fuck the original vampire was?
Sure.
And like fed and like so you were a sacrifice that got turned 12,000 years ago or something.
Yeah, wherever ancient sacrificial chamber they fucking threw her in or whatever.
Right. So yeah, I don't know where they're going with the rest of this.
Also good continuity for explaining like, oh yeah, I kind of fucked up one time when I was transporting them.
Right.
So I left one of them out in the sun, and
I had successfully gotten them back this far. I was starving. I took a celebratory meal. I didn't realize that they had gotten hammered drunk right before I drank them.
And And I like, oh, yeah, so that's why there's that. When Louis goes looking for vampires, there's actually not a lot of them.
Right. When he's like, so you know we burn in the sun, right? Yeah. Do you remember that night that you burned in the moonlight?
Burned by the moonlight? Yeah, that was weird.
1802, April 27th. Like, he says the exact date, and he's like,
yeah, so that's my beat.
So, yeah, that was my bad. I set us back really far.
That is it's a light way to put that.
Light way to put that.
Fucking setback is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Yeah, so it sounds like there was a lot of vampires before. Like,
so they're definitely closer to a great conversion level of vampires.
They've been close to this.
They've been closer before.
Maybe
I think some of this is a outcome of most vampires not knowing fuck all about where they came from.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Talamasca has the right idea. Maybe keep some records.
Right. I can't tell what's worse, ignorant vampires or knowledgeable vampires, but yeah.
So,
and now, after desserts, let's talk a little bit about patreon.com.
Are you talking about Patreon?
I am talking about patreon.com/tvdudes.
Oh
it is where, for $1 a post, you can see, so roughly $4 a month, you're going to get all of our back catalog of weird reviews about all kinds of crazy stuff.
What kind of stuff?
What kind of stuff? Sometimes we do goofy marathons, often with pun-themed titles.
Almost exclusively.
We did The Long Game, where we did a couple of Justin Long movies and then regretted that. Even though I love Justin Long, we picked a couple of bad movies.
We've done Urban Warfare.
Tatum damn near killed him. No, we didn't do that one. I just suggested
Richie's Riches.
Yep. Scott,
Sawabunga.
Great Scott. Sawabunga. Sawabunga, baby. So you can head over there. We also go to the theatre a lot. You can go find our reviews of recent stuff like Supergirl, other things that are in the theater now. Toy Story 5. Actually, all the Toy Stories, when we realized that I had not seen 3 and 4.
Yeah.
All of those are over at patreon.com/tvdudes. This week, we are talking about the #1 movie on Netflix.
Who?
Old Henry.
Old Henry.
It's on Netflix right now. Just dropped on it.
Confused with Young
Shot
Henry.
to the start. Yeah. Man, not Young Henry. Who knows anything about that guy? I don't even think he exists.
I think it's a spin-off of Young Sheldon.
Old Henry. Old Henry is a Western with Tim Blake Nelson that's over on Netflix right now. That is fantastic. You need to hear us talk all about it.
Hell yeah.
It's over on Patreon right now. Patreon.com/tvdudes. And now, let's
get
jump
to the
over
main...
to talking about the main event.
The main event.
Transaction, which is a Patreon selection at a higher tier than $1. You can do what JPV did. John Paul threw down a little cash and said, "You're watching Transaction, fellas."
Yeah.
And so we did.
Welcome to the night shift. Rest assured, we here at Pellets are a fully inclusive workforce.
Simon wants to wheel me out like a prize transgender ham. I mean, how much more diverse does this place want to be? We look like the setup to a joke that would get you uninvited to Christmas dinner.
We want you to be as loud and as proud as you like.
Olivia, promise me you're going to follow the rules.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
It's a 6-part British sitcom series created by and starring Jordan Gray, co-starring Nick Frost. Began broadcasting in 2025. It was actually conceived back in 2022, but it took a minute to get on screen. The premise is that in County Durham, a trans supermarket employee is hired for diversity purposes, turns into an egomaniac. Bullshit.
Okay.
Starts off as an egomaniac. Let's just be clear right there. Starts off as an egomaniac.
Yeah, sure, Louis. Vampirism is why you're a dick.
Is why you're a dick. Uh-huh. No, it's the blood, Lestat. It's the blood.
Sure.
Jordan Gray is Olivia. Nick Frost is Simon, the boss. Dune McKitchen is Frida. Thomas Gray is Tom. Francesca Mills is Millie. And Kayla Michael as Beefy Linda. So we only were supposed to watch or had to watch 4 of these, as is the general rule.
Well, I mean, they're very short.
They're very
there's
short.
only 6 of them.
They flow right into each
It kind
other.
of felt like
They're
it wasn't any skin off our ass.
This felt like
when we watched extra of the Baxters, that was going above and beyond.
That was above and beyond. When we realized that I'm gonna have to, Nick, we're gonna have to watch the finale this. Yes,
we are gonna have to watch. Well, how would we know whether or not she had AIDS?
God damn it!
Remember, because she went to France.
We could be making that whole show up. People, the Baxters exist.
Well, how are they going to top the last season finale where God killed that guy?
In that same driveway, Jesus. But meanwhile, back on Transaction. Honestly, this reminded me of a British superstore, and I think I liked it better than Superstore.
Yeah, I also like it better for Superstore, but that's the saying. It's a sitcom, British sitcom, and kind of an irreverent, very selfish, narcissistic character main. The only real difference is that it's a trans character.
Yeah, so they make an insane amount of dick jokes.
Yeah,
or lack of dick jokes, or trans jokes.
Yeah,
in general.
so they're making a lot of that, and
you kind of want to sit Dave Chappelle down and be like, you can make trans jokes.
Yeah, but also it could just be my autonomic response into this. This was a 2025 show, and it kind of felt like a earlier version of this because.
No, when they said conceived in 2022, and I was like, that late? Because this feels like a 10-year-older take. I don't know.
when they have the protesters, and I'm not saying people like that don't exist, but they exist online. When people show up to protest, it's not because of some bullshit. Like, people are out and about. People have stuff to do. Okay,
they thought that. So these people are protesting because of a bus ad Nick Frost did in front of their
and I'm
business.
telling you right now, no one would protest that.
No.
They would complain and send letters.
I thought it was an accident at first that the paper hangers put up two different halves of the wrong halves of the poster and then just walked off and they happened to match. But no, he did the ad on purpose.
How this would actually go is that people on Twitter would go, "Hey, I think you need to take that down."
Right.
Like, you obviously didn't think
there's
this
a whole
through.
Reddit thread
and then a bunch of people would get
bad design choices.
And then a bunch of people would get butthurt and say, "Oh, you're hitting my free speech." And like, no, I just think it's not in good taste. You got to probably take it down.
Right.
It's not like
no, but it would be over.
But no one
over.
No one would
protest
that.
Yeah, no, and I'm talking they are screaming, protesting, freaking out, like dangerous seeming, which is ridiculous.
I'm not saying
that first episode of the conceit that gets her hired, and any time that she spends not in the store are by a mile the worst parts of the show for me.
Yes.
Because she is an adrift and kind of directionless, just asshole character.
Yeah.
Without the store, and then suddenly, in a way that it's a sitcom. I don't care if the growth kind of happens in a like, oh, it's not growth. You dialed in the character.
Yes.
But once she's in the store, I get where she fits in the spectrum of maturity that is this cast. You know, like each of you are trying to be a better person. Each of you are better and worse in different ways. She's the worst of everything.
Yeah.
Are you mad at me because of that time I snubbed you in aisle 12? Because I, honest to God, thought you were a Halloween decoration.
But yeah, I just don't like the idea that, and I see a lot of comedies do this because it's supposed to be fun. I just don't think like, oh, I'm not saying that people don't virtue signal, but that's on Twitter. When people come out to protest a thing, people have jobs and kids, and like when they actually take time out of their day to go do a thing, it's not for a bullshit reason. Like it's
like 50-something people out there. Like if you got that many people to show up at night for this bus ad, my God.
Right. And I'm like, no. That's
and they're outside the building screaming for hours.
Right, and I get that it's a comedy, so you're gonna have to show them as being funny or something. But like, I see that a lot in a lot of media is that protesters are virtue signaling people that actually don't care what they're talking about. They just want to be outside with a sign, and that doesn't. It makes no sense to me. That's not funny because that's not representative of reality.
Right. No, I found all of that to be the dumbest part of the whole. Like, even without the, I don't know. They use it all for plot reasons of why she's and why she can be this much of an asshole and not get fired. But I feel like it's a sitcom. You could have justified all of that differently in a way that didn't do this. The protesters thing was honestly the oddest part of the whole. Like, there were the trans jokes that they make because it's a trans person at the lead that's creating the show. They feel like even trades of barbs between the cast.
So, now that I'm thinking about it, I know what happened. So they need a story engine to get the trans character into the store and work for it. Okay, how do we get the trans character in the store? Okay, there's a
diversity hire.
There's a PR crisis that they need to hire a person to handle. Okay, cool. Well, let's have the manager do a big insult to trans people. Like, well, it's gonna be Nick or Nick Frost,
and we're gonna need the manager to still be on the show for the next 5 episodes.
And so when we have to have him like him, so he can't actually just say a slur. Like, oh, okay, well, he mistakenly does an ad. Brilliant. And that was as far as we went with it.
No, it felt like enough. And in 2022, they just moved on from it. I don't know.
Right.
That's what it felt like. That said, I really didn't expect after that first episode, I kind of thought, fuck, I'm just going to watch the rest of these. I think you were playing D&D that night.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going
We
to
watched the first one together and then just let.
So I started the second one because I was like, if I
was
stop this on the first episode,
By the time I was
won't pick
done
this
with that session, I already had a text from you. It was like, I'm done.
Yep. So I knew that if I stopped after the pilot, I would not watch this for a few days, and it would be hard to get me to sit down and watch it again. So I just let the second one play, and in the second one, she gets jealous of Millie, who is the dwarf character,
Yes.
and because Millie and Tom, who she doesn't have any romantic interest in,
No, but it's her best
stealing her
friend.
Yeah,
and she
it's
wants
full narcissist shit.
But he's spending time with me.
Right? How dare he look at you and ask you anything?
Yeah.
And she has this like war with Millie, who's the nicest person on earth. And by the end of that episode, she and Millie are bantering back and forth in a like rapid fire, see, that's top shelf repartee. First top shelf I've ever seen. Oh, high five!
All right, high five.
I'm a fucking person.
Okay, calm down. I'm still a person.
And I stopped like that, and we went to credits, and like, shit, that episode worked for me.
Yeah.
Like that actually was cool. And then I think the one after that, they started getting into their weird spaced community, like theme funky episodes. Mm-hmm. Like they had the AI episode, that gets a little sci-fi, and there's another one they do that got.
Well, Nick Frost is going through a divorce, and it seems like half the episodes are about him going through that.
Oh my god, his ex-wife is the worst.
Jesus.
Worst.
I like that. Also, the kid comes in and comes in and they make a everything sandwich.
I actually really liked the bonding and growth of the like. No, actually, that's where you're the perfect adult. You are a terribly irresponsible aunt.
Yes,
that actually tracks your party aunt. Okay, but yes, the everything sandwich was a genuinely impressive prop build, and like, it's right there in the name. It's an everything sandwich. Are you even trying?
So this is a show that like it reminded me of things like what's that Hugh Laurie show on he's on that spaceship cruise thing,
Avenue 5.
and even Ghosts is like this for me. Ghosts is a little bit better than this.
Game Bros.
Game Bros, a very good a very good
Another
example.
JPV pick.
Yes,
and I also enjoyed Game Bros.
I think they're very solid. I wouldn't call them revolutionary, but they are benefiting off of the tried and true and like honed to a science 22-minute structure of the sitcom.
Right.
I'm talking that like
no, hit your fucking joke mark, hit the plot turn, hit the B plot, hit the C plot.
I think you can only fuck up a sitcom but so much. Like the formula for that is I'm talking about like
I mean, according to Jim, you can only fuck it up.
We're talking about Last Airbender and its plot. It's trying to pace a 22 into an hour, and it robs all the energy and comedy out of it.
Yeah. Man, scripts for multicam sitcoms hit a per minute fucking schedule.
And I feel like I'm laughing just because my body knows it's supposed to laugh now.
Right.
Like
and the thing's set up with like the noise of it almost. Like you can just kind of half tune out and do laundry and like, oh, this is joke.
And like, man, did I even did that joke register? Like, or am I going to remember that later?
Just kind of in the flow of the room of it. It's why in front of a live audience fucking mattered for those.
Right. But it is solid. It is got some good dialogue and actually pretty good character moments throughout it. I think Nick Frost is a comedy treasure.
He is.
That I don't understand why Edgar Wright is the only one that puts him in movies.
I know. I mean, he appears in a few things here and there, but not to this degree that Edgar Wright loves him.
Well, I mean, Simon Pegg gets to be in the Mission Impossible movies, like
when she keeps giving him shit suggestions for how to appease the protesters, just to kill time and like throw out all the vegetables that look like phalluses,
like penises,
get rid of all the bread,
and he's just willingly accepting. Like,
okay, what you need to do is show them that you hate penises, so you want to destroy those vegetables in front of them viciously. I was going to donate them to a
I was going to donate like a food bank, like an idiot.
Yeah. And so, like, he's chopping up, like, just absolutely nuts. But he yells to me, my X-Men.
Yes, he does.
At one point, and I was like, man, that's a dumb little moment that honestly I love from him. That's also the same scene where so those side characters, Beefy Linda, is a psycho that doesn't talk a whole lot through the series, and everything she does say is scary and funny as fuck to me.
No, like she keeps throwing in on like, well, I'm not saying you or be like I'm saying that or
I'm
like
saying that. I could have gone a lot worse in my opinion. But Nick Frost at one point's like, look, I'm not some, alpha bro man. I sometimes after work when I want to relax, I put a bit of chamomile in my bath. He does. I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
Like, there's little moments where she just drops a thing here and there and like, oh, what, my wife and I can't have like just something offhand about her personal life that you're like, how many children do you have? What?
Yeah, it's just a very intimidating, like intense woman that like no one wants to ask follow-up questions on.
Right. Yeah, just absolutely fucking cracks me up.
I also think
Millie wanting to get the gum off the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then the funniest the moment I think in that episode that genuinely won me over was when, as a show of growth, Olivia presents her the gum that she's used in the fucking prank war with her. Like presents it to her in a case, like in a glass case. She's clearly like stolen off of some other thing, but still, huge growth moment right there for Olivia. Right, doing something nice for this. Millie takes it, opens it, picks the piece of gum off of a fucking acoustic ceiling tile that they've scraped off. That's been there for so long, it's been on her dream to-do list. And pops it in her mouth. And then chews it and goes, it's watermelon. Fuck, I knew it was watermelon. I always knew.
That's right. That's so psychotic.
And like you could see Olivia like, but also like, okay, weird game recognized. Okay, you're kind of fucked up. But yeah, no, when she just impulsively throws that in her mouth and goes, I always knew it was watermelon.
Oh my God.
And like, I knew that actress, like I could see her standing there on the floor looking up at the ceiling going, well, it's pink. I bet it's a fruit. I bet it's watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom as the milquetoast fucking friend is probably
That's a thankless role.
It is.
But he's doing great in that. His relationship with Millie is really cute. I think, and also he gets to be a detective in one of the episodes, which I thought was actually really a good.
When are you going to let us go back into the women's restroom? It's the scene of a crime. Yeah, we're calling you no shit Sherlock. You know that, right?
But even then, like who drew a trans thing, and man, when that got mentioned, I was like, how is everyone not looking at Liv right now?
The whole episode, I'm like, so it's Liv. So it's Liv, though. And when they finally say it, she like tunes in of like, I'm sorry, what are we... Oh, yeah, no, that was me.
She's just not, like...
Also, God, her boy... I was a little worried, as I am anytime shows...
That's right.
Tread into
He's not
trans jokes and stuff like this.
Yeah.
In the first couple of episodes, I messaged Fanny that, hey, I'm watching this show with the trans lead from a year ago. It's actually pretty funny. But like with a lot of things like this, I have to assume some of these jokes are okay because she's making them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I can say that, buddy, but you said it. Like
I don't know if that's PC, but you said it, buddy.
Yeah, it's pronounced penis. Your PC-ness. It's pronounced
Well, I
penis.
liked that when they would do like, we need to hire a trans person. I'm going to look up trans people in my area. Good thinking. Let's do that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to just delete that. Well, actually save that for later.
Hang on, what?
That like Nick Frost.
No,
show me.
I didn't see.
Just like wait a second.
So good on the fucking show for she has an affair with one of their stock boys. Not stock boy, stock man. He's an appropriately aged stock person. And yeah, man, it's gay as hell. And just like no. Like I don't know how many different they do all of the I don't know whatever they do, but the show makes no sheepish shame or anything about it, and not that I would expect it to. But I don't know. I guess I'm used to shows feeling like at some point, no matter how bold you wanted to be, there was some last layer of censor that went, nope, you got to do a piss take in the middle of it here.
Well, there's
you got to make a gross joke about it here.
There's no one like reconciling with themselves. Like, I can't believe I find Olivia attractive.
No,
like they just.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Mike has no qualm about. He's an idiot.
Well, he's very dumb.
He dates her for another day because she tells him she's pregnant with his butt baby.
Oh, that's right.
He's not okay.
He thinks she's
that. He's so dumb in that scene that I was like, oh my god, should you break up with him because he's not? Does he need help?
I don't think this is great. But I was like, oh, I wouldn't date Liv, not because she's trans, because she's fucking
evil.
Awful.
She's awful.
She's so like by the last episode, she does fully acknowledge like, no, I'm a monster, but like
right. No, I'm glad I don't find her slightly more attractive, or it'd be like a Lindsay situation. Like she's
or
evil.
Joe from Mythic
Joe
Quest
from Mythic Quest. Oh my god. Yeah.
Like no, she's kind of Lindsay and Joe are actually like crazy. Like you ran into my knife.
Right.
Like which is why is that more attractive to me? It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
Like Olivia's just kind of regular.
Disqualifying.
Olivia's actually just kind of regularly shitty. Like like no, I wouldn't date you, but I know a guy in my friend group that is going to and is going to make it my fucking problem.
He's probably just floating like on Tex Avery's like wavy animated scent lines, just like floating towards this house now.
I also think there's points where all the characters support each other and have a nice moment. There's a couple moments near the end. Nick Frost gets a couple where he gets to be supportive of the team. That actually is heartfelt and that the emotions land, which don't always happen in these sitcoms. There's one that really stuck with me that was Beefy Linda has to pretend to be a woman of high society.
Yes.
When they realize that Olivia has, so this is the next level thing of like, Olivia is not her whole onus is that she is saving up for gender reassignment surgery. That's why she can't pay Tom rent.
She literally only said that to not pay Tom rent.
Right, yeah. So
but then Tom repeats it immediately to.
So the store is going to raise money to donate to her getting gender reassignment surgery, and that's what gets all the protesters to leave. Like, oh, okay, you are pro-trans. So by the end of this, the final, like, okay, she finally went off to have gender reassignment surgery.
She's been pretty clear every time it's been brought. Like, you can tell that, like, no, this has never actually entered her mind.
And
and Jordan Gray, as a person, has also said this as well.
She brings Tom in, again, a completely selfish move. Just keep this to yourself, you psycho. Like, why bring Tom into this? Like, she brings him into the stock room, like, so Tom, I didn't have that surgery. What? You left for 2 weeks? Yeah, so I took the money and I went to, like, fucking Spain.
Had a spa day.
Or, I forgot, like, oh my god, that's so unethical. Like, well, as long as we just don't tell anyone. And then they just, Beefy Linda turns the light on and they're just like, don't move.
they just freeze still.
Don't move. Their vision is based on movement. Liv, you're thinking of T-Rexes.
Oh,
damn it. But then the whole store has to get on this now because we're so far beyond the pale. Well, we have to lie about it now.
People have given
the money.
like,
we're here. We had a black tie event at this store for some reason. And
that's so weird. When I realized the black tie event was going to be, it's all so weird. But whatever. These are moments when you go, that's right, I am watching a sitcom.
The what a situation. I wonder where the comedy will come from it.
Where do you think that character's wedding's going to be? At the bar?
What? The set they have? What a shock.
It's weird. Yeah.
Hey, that was definitely not.
We only had Tom's apartment that one day.
That was always an easy day in the writer's room for this show. Is like, so where should this scene be set? In the store? Cool. Okay, what about this one between these two characters? In the store? Awesome. Love that.
I'm going to let Jim pick this one. In the store! Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. No, I think this is all solid stuff. And she has to pretend to be a high society woman, which is, again, even more insane, but also doesn't disqualify her from being a weird rich person. Like, yeah, sure, okay. Like, rich people are also psychotic weirdos. And she actually goes to Liv and says, like, I realize what it is like to pretend to be something you're not. It's exhausting, and I actually understand you now.
Yeah, which I thought was funny.
And also I thought, like, that was actually... I realized that... because I don't really know anything about Beefy Linda, I don't know what her opinion of Liv was.
Right.
And obviously, like, okay, I can... Not to say that it excuses all your
No,
behavior.
I still think you're a terrible person, but like I get what you're doing and going through.
Yeah, I get it.
But that episode and the season ends with her going outside and managing somehow to squat
Yeah.
over.
Well, she's gonna squat to piss.
Yeah.
And she has to cover it up for a minute to not get caught. Only that means she sits down on the roof of the building for a little bit too long until where she's got a tongue to the flagpole situation.
Yep.
Double dog dare style.
Triple dog dared her. Yeah.
And so we have a problem, and Tom tries to rip her up from that. They give an X-ray later, which is like so.
Just this old man ball of
Well, X-rays don't show
they
balls.
don't work like
That's
that. But
not
it's
how, that's not how any of that
it's
works.
hilariously stretched though. Yeah, no, it's a jackass gag worth of balls, man. I was. Again, it's the end of your short sitcom season, and you want to swing for the like outrageous fences and stuff. But like, wow, because almost the entire event comes outside at the Scream, which is good on them, and that Scream is amazing. Like it's a blood curdling like.
I thought they were actually it was covered up by the fireworks, and they were coming up to see the fireworks.
That's what it is. You can hear the Scream in the fireworks, but they're coming out for the fireworks. Yeah, and they just happen to come outside and like get a full fucking view of Liv trying to stand up.
Right.
But yeah.
We'll also get some warm water. It's not like
that's all I was like, man,
not rocket
just,
science.
Seriously, we get that. Like, that kid isn't mute forever. Like in Christmas Story, like you could just seriously, like get Mike to breathe on it. Like I don't know, anything, but just when it comes to that area, just pull real hard. Like, oh my god.
Well, to that point, I would be like, no, I live here now, though.
Right.
Like, no, we've decided that we could rip you off of it. So did you say rip? Nope. I live here now.
In the first episode, when she stands up to address the protesters, she does a little bit of what I assume is her stand-up set, or at least a joke from it. It's like when I first told my dad I was trans, he said, "You'll never pull it off." And I said, "No, it seems complicated. I'll have a surgeon."
That seems very involved. I would have a surgeon do it.
I was like, that's fucking solid, man.
That's
That's a good joke. All right, but yeah, that the season actually just basically nearly ends in almost tearing it off. Like I honestly, I had a moment of like, show, you can't have this be the way.
Yeah, right. Like, I know this feels cyclical. Like, oh, we're ending how we began. But also,
but you can't you can't tear it off on the roof now. You can't tear the roof off this sucker. Like,
I actually would not mind watching more of this.
Nor I. I thought it was pretty cute.
As much as I've been singing its praises or whatever, like I think it's just kind of average too.
No, it's fun. Honestly, Game Bros was as funny.
As funny, yeah. I would recommend it as much as
Every
Game
bit.
Bros.
Every bit.
I'm actually surprised that Amazon Prime threw it on. Like this doesn't feel like
No, this feels like I could have found it on Tubi.
Yeah, like this feels like someone with less to lose would chance this. Like
But I wouldn't dissuade anybody from seeing if you're into sitcoms, if you're looking for a cute sitcom and you're just like,
you want to see what Nick Frost has been doing for a minute?
He's pretty funny in it. I honestly enjoyed it. I, like you said, would not mind watching more. Thanks for recommending that, John Paul. It's freaking awesome. It's no Baxter's, but what is? It can't all be Baxter's. Nothing's a sitcom like Baxter's. Which is also not technically a sitcom, but God, it's funny.
I can't, man. There's a point where someone in the protest could be anti-protest. Like that's where I would have the right wing be protest to make fun of them. Like, why is that not the thing? Because I'd definitely be like, nah, see, now that's why I don't believe in trans women, because she's funny and women aren't funny.
So if at the start of the episode there was a small group of people protesting the billboard, and then slowly, unbeknownst to the people inside the store, that protest drew a protest, which overtook it, so that by the time Olivia goes outside to calm the protesters, she realizes immediately,
it's the wrong crowd.
Hey, I can't help you with these people.
Yeah, it's shifted.
It's shifted. So next week
Next week, what are we doing next week?
Well, next week, it's going to be our 600th episode.
Oh, so probably pretty chill, huh?
Nothing big. So for our 600th episode,
not us individually.
Not us individually. No. No.
Also, maybe I don't know. Like,
also, we're gonna ask Randy and Grant and them. I'm pretty sure we rebooted numbering DC style or Marvel style, like a comic book, at some point. But 600th episode per the current CE numbering system.
Sure.
We're gonna have Grant, Randy, and Kyle join us for a TV Dudes, the most plural that we can make it, episode.
Yeah. TV Dudes, the generational podcast.
Generations. And we're just going to basically talk about what all the dudes have been watching, diaries. So it's going to be kind of an Oops All Diaries episode.
Yeah. We could let fucking Kyle let us down again. It'll be just like old times.
You know he's watched some F1.
Like F1, that's it. Like,
I suspect Grant will tell us all about Hello Crawlers, his Dungeon Crawler Carl podcast.
Yeah.
A book series everyone's told me to read that I have not.
I know.
So we'll find out what that's about and see what Randy's been up to over on Roguescast and running the store and such. But right now, head on over to patreon.com/tvdudes. Shit, you're already there. It's the place to listen to the episodes.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably listening on that if you're
right.
cool.
If you know it's cool. And check out our review of Old Henry. Spoilers, we fucking loved it.
Yeah, but
it's
also, he's
awesome.
so old.
How old is he? How old is he? Well, he's so old that he'll need to have his grandkid come in and help him type patreon.com/tvdudes in and go check it out. But until next time.
TV Dudes out.
This is a song about a magical place. Going to the grocery store and buy a cantaloupe. Going to the grocery store and buy myself a steak. Back to the fruit, pick up another cantaloupe. Find the Betty Crocker, gonna bake a birthday cake. Oh yeah, so many things at the grocery store. You can buy a pair of scissors or a pint of chow mein.